Welcome to Real Talk, Real Women. My name is Miriam Khalladi, and today we have online trainer, lifestyle coach, and mother of two, Julia Valencia, on the show. Welcome, Julia. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
You lost 60 pounds and did it at home. That's remarkable. Tell me your story.
Actually, it started on September 1st, 2010. That was the day of my journey, and it was actually, there was a challenge going on at work. So a few of us had signed up for it, and we just, went to town trying to do our own things with weight loss and exercise and all that stuff. So that's how it actually really got started. And over the 12-week period, I had lost, I think, about 21 pounds. Um, After that, I was kind of just left with, what do I do now? And I came across Toscarino's Eat Clean Diet book, actually, at a store when I was there with my kids. We were just kind of like hanging around. And yeah, something about, I guess, the cover, it was Tosca's face, I don't know, but it just stood out to me. So I bought the book and I started following that to a T. And just remember there was a period of about maybe 6 weeks where I was like literally going back to the store to buy a smaller pair of jeans. The fat just came right off. So that's that's how it happened.
Oh, that's amazing. And you
Yeah.
went on to participate in and win an international competition in the figure category. What drove you to wanting to participate, and what was that journey like?
To see how far I could actually take my body on a physical level. Again, following Toscarino and seeing the type of people that she was, I guess, working with, especially with the Eat Clean Diet book and the Oxygen magazine. Um, a lot of the people that I looked up to followed this Eat Clean diet and lifted weights. So I thought, well, if they can do it, then let me see if I can too. Because I used to stand in a grocery lineup and look at those magazines and think like, clearly these chicks have some like gene that I don't. So yeah, I decided to do that journey. It was 14 weeks actually, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever done because the diet was so strict and the training was so strict, and in about halfway through, it became more of a mental challenge than anything else. Um, and getting on stage when I did make it there, I was super excited, had a wonderful time. Um, Something I will always remember, definitely.
That's so great. And did you do your contest prep from home as well, or did you go to a gym?
I did all the training at home. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have anybody really. I had a few people that, had done a couple competitions here and there, but I mean, near the end, I was almost like I knew I lost a lot of weight. I knew I sort of looked the part, I thought, but I didn't know if I really did. Had no idea I even had a six pack until I actually got my tan the day before the competition. So yeah, I was pretty blown away with myself.
That's really
Yeah.
amazing. And today, you are a personal trainer and nutritionist specialist and teach women how to exercise at home without a gym membership. Do you feel that for women who are overweight, it's a big step to go to the gym and they prefer the privacy of their own home?
I think for everybody it's different. For me personally, I preferred doing everything at home because I had never been as large as I had been when I first started. I didn't have a lot of time either. So, I mean, having full-time job and two kids to take care of, I was just sort of like, you know what? Screw all the excuses that I keep telling myself and just do it. And the biggest, I guess, difference that helped in the whole process, even to this day, was I stopped watching TV, and I didn't realize at the time like how much of my life it was taking up. So once I cut that out, I found that I had almost too much time. Like I didn't even know what to do with myself. And yeah, so that really did help. Training at home, I'm still doing that, and but yeah, I know some women prefer going to a gym and they like the personal interaction with the trainer, and that's fine. But there are quite a few people who do prefer it at home. I think I've worked with over about 200 women now. So it's been quite a journey, definitely.
Right. And unfortunately, your transformational story is not the norm in today's society. Too many women resort to making excuses and finding reasons not to improve their health and fitness. What's your thinking there?
I used to be the same way, full of excuses. I don't have money to hire a trainer. I just, I don't have enough time. I think that's a lot of women's biggest excuse is not enough time. But once you kind of sit down and look through, how your life is actually being managed, definitely every woman that I've been working with is able to find at least half an hour to get a good workout in. And I don't encourage them to do 5-6 days a week. I mean, it's usually just 2 to 3 days a week because the food is the most important part of a lifestyle change.
And you're a single mother of two too. How do you stick to the plan and balance it all?
At first, it was kind of hard. I would because I didn't want to have my workout schedule interfere with the time I had with my kids. So I would either wake up before they would wake up and get my workouts in, get my food prepped, or I would just do my workouts after they went to bed. With the competition that I did, the 14 weeks, I just got my workouts in whenever I could. So they went through that process with me just as much as I went through the process. Like, we have so many memories of those 14 weeks. But yeah, it was, that's how I fit it in. And now, even today, I don't even care when I get the workout in. If they're home, they're home. It's setting a good example to them. Sometimes my son sits down and watches me, or he just kind of like plays in the corner. And my daughter's pretty well aware when mommy's working out, because she was at an age where she was fully aware of what was going on when I was competing. My son not so much. So she knows to leave me. She knows to leave me alone. Yeah.
At one point, you just decided to give up excuses and went ahead and did what you could to make things better. Do you recall a specific moment in time where it clicked for you?
It clicked for me just before my actual journey started on September 1st, because prior to that, 6 months prior to that, I actually got a really bad flu. Me and my son both got it, and he was like 1.5 at the time. So I thought I was over the flu, and unfortunately I wasn't. So 6 months leading up to my first day, September 1st, 2010, I had been experiencing breathing problems, and I would get random fevers like out of the blue, or start getting sweats out of the blue, and I knew something's obviously wrong with me, and I don't get it. Like, it's just comes and goes. And then by the summertime, it was getting worse, and I'm like, I shouldn't be getting sick in the summertime. So when I finally went to the doctor, I found out after some blood tests and all that stuff that I had walking pneumonia, and my blood cells just became accustomed to the virus, and it would just randomly, happen, and then they would kick in and, kind of cover the surface of the virus, and I would just go on about my day. So it was that actually got me like, okay, I could have, God knows what could have happened if I didn't get this fixed, and I need to change. Like, that's enough. So that was my real thing for changing.
You educate yourself on how to eat properly with the Eat Clean diet by Toscarino. What was the biggest thing you learned about around nutrition?
You don't have to starve yourself. I was really shocked when I read her book in a day. That's how just engaging she was with her book that I did buy, and I was just like, wow, I can eat like 6 times a day. That's awesome, because I love eating. I just need to learn how to eat differently. So it was because the book was so well written by Tosca, it was a really easy transition for me. And I'm one of those types of people where I'm very militant. So if there's a schedule or something that I can see, then I'll follow it to a T. And Tosca's book provided that for me. So I just, okay, well, I'm going to do it. And I followed it to a T and got the results that I wanted.
With everything that you've learned about health and fitness this far, do you also educate your children on exercise and what to eat? and what not to eat?
I do. It's been a little bit of a challenge with my son. He's like the pickiest eater in the whole wide world. My daughter, on the other hand, again, because there's such a significant age difference between the two of them, that she's more well aware of my journey than he is. So she's been able to pick it up. She eats everything and anything I make. So I've never had an issue with her. My son, though, I'm working on. So, I mean, he's a picky eater, but obviously he eats with us. So he eats whatever we eat. Might take him an hour, but that's fine. In terms of the exercising, yeah, definitely my daughter's into that. My son is as well. And I'm really glad that I made that change, because if I hadn't, I don't think they wouldn't be healthy, and neither would I.
That's great,
Yeah.
Julia. Where can
Yeah.
people go to learn more about you and connect with you online?
Well, I'm on a bunch of social media. So there's obviously Facebook, which I'm on like all the time. My name is Julia Valencia. Instagram is Valencia Fitness. Twitter is Valencia Fitness. And then there's my website, valenciafitness.com.
And I will also make sure to put all your links below this video.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you would like to talk about today that you feel we've missed?
One of the things that I am starting to work on with my clients is getting their mental frame of mind set ready for a healthy lifestyle change. Because, I mean, Toscarino and a lot of other people talk about how diet or nutrition is 80% and then 10% food and 10% genes. And I did a lot of self-help work prior to leading up to my competition. I actually had a life coach. So I've learned since then, and I honestly don't think I would have been able to do my competition without having my being mentally ready. So I'm starting to incorporate that with my clients and getting them to work on some of the things I worked on. It's really important. I think mentality is like 100%.
Right.
You need to be ready to because people start plans all the time, or they start diets all the time, and then they can't get it done and they don't know why. Well, so I'm starting to work on, okay, well, what's going on inside that's not making you succeed.
Thank you so much for your time, Julia.
No problem.
It's been a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you. It was fun. This is so awesome.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching. My name is Miriam Khalladi. For more inspiration, check out our website at realtalkrealwomen.com.